All right, I found my way over to my favorite place, the library over at Eustic Road, and I love their smart board. So let's get you right into the update on the weather. The severe winter storm warning is in effect. You can see it in the pink there, all the way across the Treasure Valley, back into the Magic Valley. And then you can also see the blues in there. That is a wind chill warning back up to the north and east of Stanley. And then there's a flood advisory. That's right, a flood advisory around Sun Valley and Ketchum. Ice jams forming along the rivers there, causing some flooding. So that's going to be a big problem over the next couple of days. The radar right now showing the precipitation, all snow, of course, lighter shades of blue and darker shades of blue. That's the light snowfall, the green, and the darker shades of green. That's the heavy snowfall. And it's in a loop. You can see it moving on down, pretty much pinwheeling to the east and starting to wind down from Ontario. So you see this right in through here, Ontario. Watch it go from green to blue right there. See that green to blue around Ontario, and then it'll go from green to darker shades of green around Caldwell. So it's really coming down around Caldwell right now. And then back in here towards Mount Home, where they have been hammered, there was some yellows back right in through there along Interstate 84. Tremendous amount of snowfall there coming down with the yellows. But we'll still have a good band of green. I'm going to stop the loop right here and go to the end. And so we still have a pretty good band of green back across the region. The zoom in here shows even some yellows popping up back across just south of the airport. So moderate snow coming down across the region, and that will continue as we go on into the evening hours, probably another hour or two before it starts tapering off from west to east. All right, let's jump into some temperatures right now. That's what we're looking at right here. Temperatures across the region. There's the Flying Y. You can see the airport there in Boise down to the south. And temperatures generally in the 20s across the region. Here's the airport here, 25 degrees. This little red number down to the south and east of the square, the cross, those are wind gusts or wind speeds. So not a lot of wind out there yet. Temperatures are in the mid-20s back towards the Flying Y. 20s, mid-20s back towards Meridian, back towards just west of Meridian, 28 degrees. And then as we get out towards Nampa and Caldwell, we're seeing temperatures coming in around 25 degrees. So mid-20s across the region. Let me back away. You'll see a lot more numbers here. But to the north, you can start to see temperatures getting into the mid-20s as well. And let's get up here around McCall. We're seeing temperatures around the mid-20s. So no major problems there temperature-wise, but things are going to change tremendously. And that is the big problem, I think, that's going to happen over the next couple of days. That is going to be the temperatures. And so let me jump you to the weather forecast map by the National Weather Service. They've done a great job here. These are overnight low temperatures for tonight. So we're looking for temperatures to drop back to 8 degrees in Boise, 0 back down towards the Twin Falls area, around 0. Then you can see temperatures down below 0 up in the mountains. That's McCall right there. That's at 14 degrees below 0. Here's the big shock. You ready? As if the snow and all the nasty weather that we've had over the past couple of days wasn't a shock, this is the shock going Thursday night into Friday morning. This is Friday morning low temperatures, and these are an approximation. 3 degrees below 0 in Boise, 12 degrees below 0 around Burley, McCall at 15 degrees below 0, Stanley 23 degrees below 0. Let me show you, though, what the computer forecast model is doing for some of these areas. Okay, so this is the computer forecast model. Let me go in for a closer look here. Computer forecast model. Let me see if it gives me the bottom bars. It doesn't, but all the way up here, Boise. So Boise, it's not gonna get it. Well, forget about that then. Let's go back here. There's all a bunch of numbers, but let's go back here. So I want to zoom in on some of these areas here. So we're going to zoom in down towards the Treasure Valley. You can see Caldwell starting to pop up, and we'll take some temperature stops for you as we get in a little closer. So -3 in Boise. This is, again, Thursday night and a Friday morning. Nampa coming in. It should pop up here in a second. Of a low temperature of -7. 7 degrees below zero. And I really think that temperatures are going to be coming in closer to around 7 degrees below zero in the Nampa area, in the Boise area. So 6 degrees below zero. You can see that there, that number. As I clicked on the point here on the National Weather Service page, this is the low temperature going into Friday morning, 6 degrees below zero. All right, let's take another one. How about going down towards Kuna? And so this should pop up here, another 6 degrees below zero. Again, Friday morning around Kuna. Let's go up just north. Let's go in towards, how about Eagle? Let's go in towards the Eagle area. And so let's see what pops up here with Eagle. It should come up here in just a second. There it is. Let's see if you can get up. It's not letting me scroll down. Let's go in a little closer or loosen up here. What am I going to do? Let's loosen it up here. Okay, there's Eagle around 6 degrees below zero. You see that right there? 6 degrees below zero. So the long and the short of it is the temperature is going to get dramatically colder. All of this that's been out there falling is going to get locked in. Why is this a big deal? The big deal is because the long-range models are trying to warm things up in, I think, the higher elevations, mid elevations, but not these lower elevations. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Temperatures are going to, over the next, say 3 days. Let's go 3 days out and see what this model does in 3 days. I'm going to make a map here. You're going to see a whole bunch of lines. I'm going to explain it, so don't panic. Okay, so this right here, 3 days out, this is in the afternoon hours on Saturday, it looks like. So Saturday afternoon, we still have all this blue and purple here in southern Idaho. So you can see Idaho here, the outline. There's Oregon, Nevada to the south. These are tremendous cold temperatures right on in through Saturday. Very, very chilly air. So Saturday is the 7th. Cold air in place. Not a dramatic warm up at all. Okay. Now, let me go back and move it a little forward here. Let's take the temperature in towards 3 days Saturday. It's the afternoon. Let's do Sunday morning. Let's see what the model does for us Sunday morning. Sunday morning, see, it's trying to bring warmer temperatures in from the south. The purple stuff's gone up here to the north. See that? And then this stuff moving in from the south. See the wind arrow there, bringing the wind direction in. And then this is your zero freezing line here. However, this level of the atmosphere is right around the mountaintops. This does not take into consideration the surface. The cold air that's going to be locked in at the surface lowers hundreds of feet, and all the snowpack that's in place. So let me slide over here and why I think this is a problem. This is precipitation coming in at the surface, okay? All this will be snow. So as all this moisture overruns that cold air over the next couple of days, it's going to be more snow on top of the snowpack we already have. And then if there is any changeover to sleet or freezing rain, it is going to be a significant icing storm. The mountains seeing a tremendous amount of precipitation out of this. So that's why I'm very, very concerned. And then watch this. I mean, there's a lot of moisture back here to the south again coming in. Let me move this up, say, we'll just go 6 hours. So we'll go 4, and let's see, 6. So this is Sunday. It says, oh, look at this. All the temperatures warm up, right? And all the models and all those phone apps, which are all wrong, are going to jump to warmer temperatures. You're going to say, oh, it's going to warm up. Look at all this moisture. Look at that. That's a tremendous amount of moisture. The mountain's getting hammered. But that's going to cause a major icing event in many areas of the Treasure Valley. Okay? Now watch what happens. Even if it does warm up in the lower layers, the mountaintops are going to still see some snow. Let's watch this. Let's go 5 days out now. This is into the 9th at 6 p.m. So I believe that is Monday. So this brings in a tremendous amount of warm air, right? Yeah, it's going to warm up. And maybe it will, but look at this. Lots of moisture. If that cold air mass gets locked down to the bottom with all this moisture coming in, it's like game over. So to recap, let's go back to the radar. That's a lot of information there for you, and I apologize for that. But let's start this thing off again, looping over the region. You can see Boise and then Nampa and Caldwell right in through there. Lots of moderate snow still yet to come on through. The Idaho State Police reporting tremendous slide-offs. Meridian Police recommending not to be on the roads. And then our friend Dennis Doan, the chief of Boise Fire Department, suggesting get out there and perhaps helping to remove some of the snow around some of the fire hydrants. I'm going to show you this computer model just because I'm going to zoom out here because this is important. This is important stuff. So this is Boise, okay? It says our low is going to be around 9 tonight, right in through there, okay? 9 degrees for the high, so temperatures fall pretty much throughout the day tomorrow. Arctic air coming in. I mean, this is crazy. I got to get in for a closer look. This is what the model is doing for us right now. All right? So, all right, check this out. This is broken down into 3-hour increments here. Temperatures fall tonight to tomorrow morning to around 15 degrees. See that? This time here, this is around 11 o'clock in the morning, right there. Right there. See my little swirl right there? 6 degrees. 9 degrees for the high tomorrow. Drops to 4 o'clock by 4 degrees by 5 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, you follow me there? Let me bring it over to the middle. This is tomorrow night. 3 degrees going in towards 9 o'clock tomorrow night. You can see 3 degrees below zero. And so this is why we're concerned with the tremendous Arctic cold air. Okay, let me bring you down and over to, let's go to, there's Burley. Check out Burley's temperature. 25 degrees below zero for the low. 10 degrees below zero by tomorrow night. And then let's go Coeur d'Alene. I want to bring you down. Let's Caldwell. My friends at Caldwell. 11 and 4 for the high tomorrow, 4 degrees below tomorrow night going into Friday morning. Look at Idaho Falls, 20 degrees below. But I want to show you Jerome, 16 degrees below zero. And then the model, this is the computer forecast model spitting this stuff out. Let's go to Mountain Home. Yeah, 4 degrees for the high temperature tomorrow. It's going to be in the morning, around 2 degrees below zero by 5 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, and 15 degrees below zero in Mountain Home. McCall, 15 and 14 degrees below zero. Let me show you Stanley, just because Stanley is usually one of the coldest places in the country. Yeah, look at that. By 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, it's 11 degrees below zero in Stanley, 37 degrees below zero for tomorrow night going in towards Friday morning. So a tremendous amount of cold air moving on through. Again, the winter storm warnings in effect through tomorrow night, through tonight rather, getting tired. You can see the brain not operating with the functions to the mouth. This is the winter storm warning. Should be canceled as we go on in towards the, say, 9 o'clock hour tonight. But until this evening, winter storm warnings remain in effect, and the cancellation will probably be from Boise on west, down Mountain Home, into the Magic Valley. Look for winter storm warnings to continue overnight tonight. Okay, let's check out some latest snow totals. Local storm report. 6 inches of snow in Harney County. 6 inches of snow in Harney County. Let's see, Ada County, 4 inches new snowfall. Oh, that was me. I reported to the National Weather Service this afternoon. That's my report. I called in to the guys over there. The source unknown. So I am an unknown quantity. The Weather Show with meteorologist Vin Crosby. 5 inches of snow. This from an off-duty hydrometeorological technician. All right, 5 inches of snow. This in Kuna. So that's been some of the official snow totals that have been coming on in for today. All right, so that's what we're looking at. Snow continuing across the region. Let me give you a little refresh here. Let's see if we can get some latest radar echoes. And you can see there is an update. You can see it starting to taper off around Caldwell. All right, there it is, about 15 minutes of weather glory. What a storm. What a storm. There's your update. Remember, cold Arctic air coming our way as we go on in through tomorrow night across much of the West.